This is to certify that movie
Twats.
has been classified for live streaming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another week on Movie Chats. I'm Steve, and I hope you've had a good week. I'm not sure who's in the chat, really. We're not seeing anyone.
Hello, buddy.
Little Steve's here. There he is. Good evening, matey. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You? Hey, Jeff.
Right, mate. I think my internet's playing up.
It is. It is that. How is everybody doing today?
There you go. Give it 5 seconds to catch up with us. How are you, mate?
Fair
You
enough.
all right?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good, buddy. I'm good. Just getting back into the swing of things. So I rushed home and jumped on as quick as I could. How about yourself? How's work been?
All right. Yeah, not bad. Busy. I've been working from home this week. I've not been feeling too good, so I've been taking it easy at home.
Catching up on your shows then, have we?
Sorry?
Catching up on the shows then, have we?
No.
Wow.
I have. To be honest, I had a tooth out on Monday, didn't I? And it's not been
yeah.
since.
Hey,
So that
AJ.
stage now where we've
Must be. Yeah, it is a bit of a
We've
winter
got to that
situation
stage
over
now.
here.
Yeah. The heatings came on for the first time today, the actual house heating.
Oh, really? That's it now. Just watching that money burn. Sorry, guys. His internet is terrible by the looks of it. I'm just opening some parcels that I've received today. So I'm just opening them up. Lee Eagles has done me a deal with a lot of wrapping packaging because he does wrap his stuff really well. So thank you very much, buddy. But I've got Gremlins on 4K, which is amazing. So that's going to go pride and place in my collection. But he did me a really good deal on that, so thank you, bud. And I've got a parcel from CEX. It's a bit of a CEX roulette. So let me just see what sort of quality I want to get on this one. Oh, hang on. Hey, I'll tell you what. Hang on. I got the £18. That's really good. I can get this sticker off without damaging it. Look at that. Yeah, I never really trust it when it's stuff like this. But yeah, I thought I'd give it a go because I had a voucher to spend. So I picked up the 4K edition with all the bits in it for my Arrow collection. So yes, that's amazing. So how is everyone tonight? Don't be shy. Put a comment if you're watching. I'm just going to pop this over here with my other stuff. No, I won't because it won't fit in there. I'll do it in a minute. Are we back?
I think so.
There we go.
Yeah. Do you know, I was explaining this the other week. Do you know, because I don't use the laptop from like Thursday to Thursday, if I don't turn it on at like 6 o'clock in the evening and let it do whatever it's going to do, then I struggle.
Do you mean updates?
So, yeah. It's just old and it just needs time to kick. It's just like me. It just.
I was literally just about to say that. I'm glad you said that first before I got to the chance to. But yeah. So I've just
I'm bearing in mind you little get. You're older than me, so
only just.
yes, Jeff.
Come on, Steve.
Only just. Yes, Jeff. It is getting cold over here now. It's officially the day where we've turned the house heating on.
It's a big moment for you, that, isn't it?
So, yeah, it is. Yeah, very big. You know me, I'm a stingy little get, so I don't like putting any heating on or anything like that. But yeah, it is cold. It was cold today. So yeah, the heating's gone on. Other than that, how's your week been? Have you recovered after us emptying your garage and loft, etc., etc.?
Yeah, not too bad. I've had 2 more things arrive for the collection, so that's really good. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's all right. Yeah, other than that, just been busy working. So just getting back into it really.
No.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't been watching anything as of late. I've been watching the reboot of Battlestar Galactica. Do you know the 2004 one? Been watching that, and I'm going to go back and watch the original Battlestar. As you can see, well, as I say, as you can see, I've moved the Xbox back up here. So the Xbox
okay.
now, because now we've got the 4K TV downstairs.
So that's now your gaming room as well.
This is now everything is up here now, yeah. So it's all in one place, and
you get the feeling she's slowly moving you out of the front room.
It's my decision.
Well, was it?
It's my choice.
That's what you thought, was it?
My house, my choice. You know. But yeah, so everything's all in one place up here now. So, you know, I've got no excuses. AJ, you know you're more than welcome at any time, buddy. So just let us know when you want to come on, and you can come through. Has my laptop got any dental issues? No, it's not. It's just old and decrepit and needs putting down, I think. Yeah, just like me. I'm old and decrepit and need putting down. I stood in the sports hall yesterday, and all I was doing was standing still. And I turned around, and as I turned around, my knee and my hip both cracked, and it sounded like a bomb had gone off. And all I did was turn around to talk to one of the kids. Christ!
Oh, bless you.
How did last night's whatnot go? I was driving for the first 40 minutes of it, so I couldn't really pay too much attention.
Yeah, it was all right. I got some good bits off it. I didn't get a lot. Just some bobbleheads and a t-shirt, I think. But yeah, it was entertaining. There was a lot of stuff that Chris was doing on there, so that's really good. But we got some stuff off Gary as well. One sec. Is that you, Lou?
Yeah. It's literally just chicken, chips, and cheese.
Okay, thank you.
No worries.
Got some stuff off Gary coming, which is pretty cool as well. So,
was he live last night? Was he?
No, it was the night before.
Oh, I was going to say I missed his live.
Yeah, but you know, I'd love to spend a bit of time in his room and that blooming container or whatever he's got. Tell you. I just turned 56, Big Steve, so I've got 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah, but you're immortal though, Jeff, aren't you? So don't worry.
100%, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But similar to you though, really, we've not really watched a lot this week. We started watching Stranger Things again yesterday, so we binge watched the first season. Just because there's not been a lot to watch. We've watched a couple convicted programs on Netflix, but other than that, you know, we've not really got into much, to be fair.
No, well, I haven't found much at all that I've been interested in. We've been watching that Your Mum, My Dad, or Your Dad, My Mum, whatever it was. We watched that, and then we watched Married at First Sight.
You're
But other
addicted
than
to
that,
that program.
yeah. Other than that, I am really. And we've really struggled to find something to watch. With the British version of Survivor started on BBC, hasn't it, with Joel Dommett?
Yeah.
I know we can get into that. I'm not really a big fan of Joel Dommett, though.
Yeah.
So, other than that, there's not really been much to watch. And I even looked at going to pictures, treating her and spending a bit of money and going to pictures on.
Why did you have another free ticket?
Yeah, like on Meerkat Movies, buy one get one free. Take it to the cinema and take it to Pizza Hut. But there's nothing on the cinema that I want to watch either. So I'm really, really struggling with stuff to do. So I'm having to entertain myself in other ways.
I don't want to know.
So I don't know. Yeah, like I say, I think tonight's going to be really. That's it, really, for Movie Chat.
Well, thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks for popping on. See you later. Bye bye. So yeah, my plan for this evening is we'll just put the link in the chat, see who comes on, see what we can talk about. See, I haven't even got any good pickups this week.
That's not true. You've got about 300 DVDs to pass over to Chris.
Oh, yeah. Should I go and get them and do them as pickups of the
week? 69, 70.
Yeah. It was like I said on the chat last night on the whatnot, wasn't it? I've got these 3 big bin bags full of DVDs here for you. We'll pass over when we see you at the weekend. And Bell went, we're not seeing him at the weekend. Yeah, he is. We're going.
She was splattered. Like it was like a 4-hour stream in the end or something. It went on for a while last night.
Did it?
Yeah. I think it was about 3.5 hours. 3 hours 45 in total or something. But just kept going and going. But yeah, it was mental. Some of it.
Well, I shared the stream with a couple of people last night, trying to get them to use the free cash. So I get
yeah, please spend it. I want some.
Please hurry up and spend it because you're doing me head in now. It's pending. Yeah. So, and then, like I say, last night, by the time I got home and everything else, I took some. Is it Zappane? Zap?
Oh yeah, Zappane.
I took some of them instead of some paracetamol, and that was it. Then I was out like a light. But do you know what they say about going to the dentist is supposed to help you and keep it up? It kills.
Oh, that's terrible.
It kills. He put some local anaesthetic in, and then he got a pair of pliers. And do you know when you can still feel him ripping the jaw apart with the pliers and everything else? And then he had to drill the tooth into bits. Then he had to take a bit of the jaw out, drill a bit of the jaw away. I was like, oh, crap. You can feel it now. I'll
tell you what you did miss. On Gary's, watch it back, but on Gary's auctions of a night, he had, and I think it was a NECA Predator, like the first thing on there. I'd missed it because the reason I got him was because that pirate guy had tagged me in something because he had an It Blu-ray, but it's like the Jurassic Park one I've got, but it's got a little pop with it.
Yeah.
Like this one. But in fact, it's exactly the same almost as that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he might like that. So I got because I hadn't scheduled anything, so I didn't know he was on. Anyway, but when I watched the start back, because I wanted to see how that ended up, because they were like, we tagged him and he turned up and he bought it. When I look at it, it was a bloody really nice Predator as well.
Oh, like the ones I've got.
I think so, but it might be slightly. It's a slightly different version. Have a look. Have a look back at it at some point. What's this? Sean says, Fall of House of Usher is not bad. Not started Loki yet. Only flag means death. Our flag means death is brilliant. Very silly. Still got loads of Walking Dead to catch, and The Bear
Do you know,
is a must-see show.
I've tried to watch the Daryl, what's his face from
Yeah.
Walking Dead, his series, and
Yeah.
I can't get into it. It just, I don't know what it is. I think The Walking Dead's ran its course for me now. With all the different spin-off shows and everything else, it's just ran its course. And Daryl Dixon, isn't it? You know, it's just run its course, and I just can't get into it. But I'm finding out with a lot of shows at the moment, you know, and I don't know if it's because we've got so much of the same stuff all the time. Every show's either vampires, zombies, or sort of like some contestant game. And I'm sort of struggling to sort of connect with a lot of it. Sean's there saying he's not tried Loki yet. No, and I've got no interest in watching Loki. They reckon that there's a big twist to this latest episode, and it's supposed to change the whole MCU.
Really?
You say that about every series that you've put with Marvel, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, there's a big twist in this, so you've got to watch this. No, all it is that he's found the variant of Bloody Kang, and that's gonna be the new bad guy again. Another Kang. But yeah.
What was that? Oh, I was watching a couple of YouTube videos yesterday. I think one of them was from Looper, and they were going on about. I know it's quite early in the show, but one of them's going on about Marvel, and they're wanting to get back Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but they're saying that obviously they're not sure how the fans will take it because it might be a bit of a kick in the teeth after Endgame. It sort of softens the Endgame, really, doesn't it? If these people are not coming back.
It doesn't, because it could just be another universe's Iron Man.
Yeah. But then Scarlett Johansson has basically said she's done with it. So whether or not she gets tempted or not, I don't know. But I think Downey Jr. would come back, and I'd be well chuffed if he did, to be honest, because he was one of the best characters.
Yeah, well, like you say, his character grew on everybody over the years, didn't it? You know, not many people were interested when he first turned up as Iron Man, and then, you know, from there onwards, he just got better and better and better, didn't he?
Yeah.
But Johansson will be a good win for them. But like I say, though, she did Black Widow after Endgame.
Prequel, wasn't it?
Yeah, she did Black Widow after Endgame, didn't she? And come back for that. So
yeah, but I think didn't she try and sue Disney because they literally released it on Disney Plus, didn't they?
She was promised a percentage of the gate from the cinema.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
So if you were promised 10% of a multi-million-pound movie, you know, you would be pissed, wouldn't you, if they decided to put that out streaming service?
Yeah.
But I don't know where Marvel would go. I think I'm just going to put it in the same category as Star Wars. I'm not rushing to see them unless something's really jumping out at.
Yeah,
to say you've got to see it, and you know it's brilliant. It's, you know, and stuff like that. But like Ahsoka, to me, was a big letdown. However, did you see this week that they've rolled back on Snow White completely now?
What do you mean they've rolled back on it?
They're not going to release it, and they're going to take out the 7 dwarfs or the 7 magical mystery creatures, and they're going to change it with CGI dwarfs.
No.
So it looks like they're ripping it all apart and starting again. So the bits that they can keep, they're going to keep. If not, they're going to redo it completely.
Hang on, because like last week or the week before, they were going on about they were going to change the main character in it.
Yep, it looks like they're ripping it all back and starting again. So they're still not having dwarfs.
Mm.
So they're not going to get 7 dwarf actors, but they're going to CGI the dwarfs and try and save what they can save, and then
Because they can't afford to get another 7 dwarfs in.
Yeah,
the dwarfs
and then-
would be like,
yeah.
like I would imagine. Can you still call them dwarfs now, or do you have to call them tiny people, or what? What's the correct?
What's less offensive?
I don't know.
Because they suffer with dwarfism, so they are dwarfs.
I don't know, but you can imagine that they'd be getting a phone call. They'd be like, "Yeah, our rate's just doubled."
Yeah. My stature has grown in the movie industry.
If you want us, it's twice the amount you offered them.
Sean says I dumped all the Marvel shows. They've been pants for about 3 years. As soon as it went multi-shite, it tanked. Yeah, the multiverse was crap.
Mhm.
Totally agree. The Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness wasn't what it was advertised to be.
No, it wasn't that. I'll give you that.
And the whole Spider-Man No Way Home twist, that sort of ruined the multiverse, because the Spider-Man is what we thought the multiverse was going to be, where it was ripping through time and people were coming through and whatever else. The Multiverse of Madness was more to do with Scarlet Witch becoming a bad guy, and then that just wasn't how it was. And to be fair, the big reveal at the end, or the big cliffhanger at the end, didn't really pay off for me either, I don't think. Which version of Strange have we got? The good one, the bad one, or what? Doesn't pay off. So yeah. And none of this latest phase of Marvel link in very well. They're not bridging any of it together. It's like you've gone back to the standalone movies.
Yeah.
So single themselves out of the problem, drop the pause to avoid.
So did you watch anything for Halloween?
No. Next question.
I was going to say, that's literally killed that, hasn't it? That's literally killed it. Do you know what I got? I was just flicking through the channels. I'm like, no, we don't. I'm not watching anything scary. I'm like, come on. No. I was like, right, okay, sod it then. And I just put, I think that's when I ended up putting on bloody Stranger Things, because do you want to watch anything?
Yeah, so we saw Halloween sort of like come 6:30. We put the curtain across the front door, turned all the lights off, went upstairs.
Said, I know what you're thinking.
What?
I ain't giving out sweets to nobody.
Yeah, fuck them. They used to be a thing. Well, say they used to be a thing. A couple of years ago, there was this big thing, wasn't there, about not knocking on people's doors unless you've got Halloween decorations out. And if you put your Halloween decorations out, expect the kids to knock because they know that you're taking part and all this stuff. But protect the old codgers and all that sort of stuff. I am that old codger.
You haven't fallen into that trap just yet.
Yeah. So let's go upstairs. We pulled the curtain across. We turned all the lights off. Pulled the curtain across on the front door. Went upstairs. Bearing in mind we're in a 3rd-story house, guys. So we can't hear the front door knocking downstairs, and we're not really paying.
You can't throw the eggs that high, is what you're thinking.
Yeah. Shut it.
You made it look like you weren't in.
Yeah. The fact all 3 cars are parked outside the house might give it away. But no, Halloween's just it's just not what it is, isn't it?
Well, I got a message off Lou while I was in work saying, I forgot to get some sweets. I went, you better go and get some then before they egg the car. Anyway, I get home from work and she's like, right, I'm off to gym now. I'm like, right, okay. So I was waiting for more to turn up, but there wasn't any in the end.
Hang on, you've got more sweets in your house than the Haribo shop.
No, I'm not giving out my jelly babies. I thought I need them. But yeah, she went out and bought all these, sweets from Co-op, and then nobody turned up after that.
Mm.
You know what it's like. It's just the whole of Facebook was just parents taking pictures of the kids dressing up for Halloween, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just reading Facebook Messenger. The people know that I'm on live online. So why are you sending me messages for me to read and distract me?
Well, it doesn't take much.
I tell you what, I'm doing on Saturday. I'm going to Birkenhead. They've got quite a few TV series in at the moment that I'm interested in. Now,
What? I see yet.
in CEX, yeah. Now, you know me, I don't go to our local shithole one. I wouldn't piss on them if they're on fire. But the one in Birkenhead's got some quite good stuff. Now, I'm toying with the idea about these Blu-rays and 4Ks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do I bite the bullet and get myself a 4K player? But then am I opening myself up to this? I've got to start buying 4Ks then to justify buying the 4K player. And then do I upgrade or start buying the series on Blu-ray instead of DVD? Now, I know what you're going to say, Steve. If you can get them in Blu-ray, get them in Blu-ray and whatever else. But I'm not really that fussed about it at the moment.
There's not many TV shows on 4K.
Mm. But there's lots of films on 4K.
Yeah.
Now, I think that the reason why it's such a quandary for me is because I've moved the Xbox upstairs now.
Yeah.
So the TV cabinet downstairs has got the space where the Xbox should be.
I see what your game is here.
So I need something to fill the space.
Yeah, definitely. Like a nice VHS.
Oh, yeah. An old school DVD player, if I can get one.
Yeah, just retro.
Yeah. Yeah, so I need something to fill the space.
Like I said to you,
Go on.
the thing for me is it's picture and sound quality. So if you go for one of the more modern movies, then you're guaranteed that it'll be a good picture. If you go for one of the older ones, then it needs to make sure it's a proper restoration. That's where I would go with it.
See, for me and my old ears, I'm not worried. The soundbar does a good trick for me when we get that plug back in and working on the telly. When I've got time to fix it.
Yeah.
Get it back on. But I don't know. The yeah. I would love to play the Transformers the movie on 4K on a 4K TV with the big sound bar going. I think that'd be cool.
That would be amazing. To be fair, I remember seeing the Michael Bay ones in Blu-ray at the time, and it was like, wow, this is amazing compared to DVD. But even them in 4K would look amazing as well. Because what he doesn't do much with storylines, but what he does do well is film quality, really.
Yeah. Well, you're never going to change the storyline of a film, are you, really? Because you've got a better version of it. But, yeah. Transformers, the movie. Every now and then I just put it on YouTube and just let it play through while I'm working. It's ace. I can imagine the 4K is not the way to go. Media. Yeah, the thing is with it is, when you're saying you need a copy of the physical item and then all this the digital and stuff like that. And I have listened to Steve and AJ and Rob and all that lot about physical copies, a better prints and all that stuff. And that's why I don't have many. Look at Steve's collection behind you there. It's more of a blockbuster type setup, you know. Where mine, that's mine. There's my like 40 that I've got. So I'm not really a big physical collector, but I collect.
Did you have a look through that box I sent you took home with you?
The what? Sorry.
Did you have a look at that box that you came on with?
I did, and yes, I have got a new ashtray.
I just wondered if that was in the collection. That's all.
No, it's not in the collection.
It
No,
needs to be in the collection.
It's the new ice scraper for the Mini.
So, I was waiting for a message and everything. I was like, no, he's not.
No, I'm not going to entertain it, Steve. You know, I am not giving you the satisfaction of knowing how big I was when we opened that box.
I told Lou, she was like, you didn't. I was like, oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, Lana and I went to help little Steve at the weekend. He's got a loft and the garage and everything else. So we were helping him sort that out and get rid of the bits. So Lana spent 2 whole days scanning on Ziffit to get stuff out. And this little Steve, for lack of better wording, decided to repay me by slipping a copy of The Greatest Showman in with some other stuff that we were bringing back up here. So thanks very much, you dickhead.
I'm expecting to see it in Chrissy's collection of mysterious things.
Evening, Peter. Thank you for joining us, sir. Peter says I've watched The Core this week on 4K. It was incredible.
Well, like I said to you, the thing is, there is movies that is genuinely you can see a massive difference, but there's also a few that are a bit, HDR, sort of just a little bit more grainy than they were before. So you've really got to sort of pick and choose. But overall, it's a hell of a lot better.
Yeah. I like I say, I don't know. I would love to watch the Star Trek movie on 4K. I know it's out.
On the motion picture.
Yeah, I know it's out. They had that big launch, but I think that bit where Spock's going through Vija and you've got all the lights and everything.
They made a big song and dance about restoring that, though, didn't they? So that should be a hell of a lot better picture.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I'd love to see something like Starship Troopers on 4K. I think
that'll get you buying it.
Yeah, I think the apparently Alien. Yeah, that I think the dropship scene in Starship Troopers and would be amazing in 4K. I think the sound on the Blu-ray is amazing because we sort of enhanced the soundtrack a little bit there, so the special effects were brilliant on that.
Hey, Rich. Yeah.
Richard. I'd love to see that one on 4K. Alien again, but I think the one that I probably would love would be something like Flight of the Navigator. If you think about that ship and Flight of the Navigator, all the silver and everything like that, and the way it bounces around, that'd be brilliant. I can import it.
I don't think you'd have a problem with that. And that's the other thing about 4K is obviously they're region unlocked.
Yeah.
Region free. Which they should have done that years ago, to be honest with you. But now the 4K is region free, that makes it so much better.
Mm.
I was looking at that Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh, it's really good. But the thing is that I think over here it was just purely a DVD release. But there's certain parts in it where I might be butchering it for which language it is, but I want to say Korean, something like that. There's a part in it where it's subtitled, it's English subtitled, and I was looking at one from Germany, and it was like you still need the subtitles on because otherwise the subtitles will come up in German. So I was like, right, okay, so I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to get it from there or whether I'll get one that's American or something.
Yeah.
But I definitely want that for the collection because it's such a great movie.
Mm.
Total Recall in 4K. The Mars landscapes looks amazing.
Which Total Recall? The Schwarzenegger one?
I would say so. The other one's not really much, is it? Not really very good, is it?
I don't know. I think with the tower landscape and that scene where the bouncer they're jumping down on the taxis and stuff like that, I think that will look quite cool in 4K.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I don't know if you were sorry earlier on because you were popping in and out of the thing, but I managed to get that off Lee.
Oh,
Gremlins
now
4K.
I was tempted to ask him what he wanted for that, but like I say, I'm trying not to open the door to normal 4Ks. Never mind steelbooks.
No, this is really nice. I mean, it's quite subtle, but yeah, it's really nice.
Mm.
I'm looking forward to watching that around Christmas time.
But there's one Lee's got several copies of. Is Dread, and
yeah,
I am trying. I am fighting the urge to say to him, "Go on, just give us a copy of that." You know, I'm fighting the urge. I've got it. I've got the 3D on Blu-ray up there. But yeah, the 4K Dread just looked at that steelbook just looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. I've got the steelbook of Event Horizon 4K coming. Very nice. That did not sell really well. Here in the US, if you have your front porch light on, you have candy for the ghosts and gremlins. Oh, I see. You were right then, Steve.
Yeah. There was a big thing, wasn't there, about I think it was just when we came out of lockdown, wasn't it, about protecting the old people and stuff like that, and only knock on the doors when they've got decorations.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, that was at a different time, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was at a different time that way. You don't want to infect anybody that you know and all that sort of stuff.
But I still quite like that. Take part.
Being left alone.
Yeah, don't knock on my door. I'm not taking part. You know. It's like Christmas, isn't it? Bar humbug, everyone sod off.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Leave me alone for 3 days. Don't speak to me between Christmas Eve and Boxing Day.
I don't know what you like.
Mm-hmm. But I think, like I say, Christmas is ruined now, isn't it? The shops have got stuff out in August ready for Christmas.
Well, we heard Christmas songs on the radio at work, I think, yesterday. Like, bloody hell, already. Apparently, one of the lads in work was saying that one of the shops, I think it might be B&M or somewhere like that, have already got Easter eggs out.
Oh, Christ.
I know.
Peter's on a horror-thon at the moment, looking for recommendations. I can't really help you apart from things like Sinister. You know, or The Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind's a great film. But
I still haven't seen that.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, mate, you need to watch The Fourth Kind. It's not really. I don't know if it falls into your horror category, with it being more sci-fi.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really fall into sci-fi either, because it's not really. Yeah, it's a strange one, but it's one I'd recommend. Pete, giving that a go.
I'm sure I've got that somewhere. Yeah,
you're trying to remember if you put it the alphabetical order with theirs being in T.
Yeah, I would usually put it in F, but obviously when I first moved into the room, I've got that massive box upstairs in the loft of Blu-rays that I took out of here that I wouldn't watch anytime soon. So it might be in there. Last Train to Busan. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
No, me neither. Is that a foreign one though? Last Train to Busan.
If it's horror, I'm not really into the horror, am I?
No, it's not that. The actual film itself, I'm sure it's foreign.
Mm. Yeah, it's probably Korean or something like that, isn't it?
So I'm just been having a butcher's through Birkenhead just to see if there's anything that's good in there. They've got quite a few 4Ks, to be honest with you.
It's a
Good
good
one.
store. Yeah, it's
Is it
a
a big
really
one?
good store. It's not that big. It's only single story, but it's quite a long one.
Right, I see.
So yeah, we'll be in Birkenhead on Saturday. So I'll be having a look through there, Steve. So let me know
Well,
if you need me to pick anything up.
Oh, don't you worry, I will. But
I know.
but no, I think I say I've got some. I got these arrived today, so there's a few more bits for the collection. I don't know how much that is. I've got Waterworld. I'm gonna have to trade that in because I've got the Arrow one now, the 4K one. Probably not a couple of quid in it.
Peter says, by the way, I've had 2 deliveries from World of Books, buying used Blu-rays and 4Ks, all been excellent quality. Yeah, cheers for letting us know, Pete, because I know that when you mentioned it to me the other week, I did say to you, let us know what the quality of the deliveries like and the packaging and stuff.
What, from World of Books?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had stuff off them before. They're all right. Just annoying the Steves until them talking about movies drives me off to watch one. All right, mate.
I tell you what, I do need to watch, and it keeps staring at me. And now I've got the Blu-ray, the Xbox up here. Is the Blu-ray version of the Dam Busters? Now I picked this up the other week.
Oh yeah.
A couple of months ago, and I just never got round to actually putting it on. So yeah, I'm gonna give that one a go. I think tomorrow or over the weekend. Now it's back up here.
Think you get more chance to watch stuff now then?
I've got more chance of putting it on, not necessarily watch it. Work's just busy, flat out at all time. But it's just good to have it on. I put Warrior on the other day, and before I realised it, we're at the Cova fight, and I was like,
really?
Shit. Yeah, it was like this is like a 2.5 hour film, and I've missed like 2 hours of it.
Oh, did you see? I spoke to Lee, and I've pre-ordered that Warriors, the Warriors.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's my dad's favorite film, and it's one of the films that I really love it. So as soon as he put that out on the group, I was like, right, can you order that? So I said to him, "Did you mind if I have your second copy? I can order you one if you want." I was like, "Yeah, please." But yeah, I can't wait for that one to come as well.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying not to get involved. You know, I'm seeing all these great box sets and everything that you guys are on, and I'm like, no, I've got nowhere for it. I'm not doing it.
Do you know what the thing is with it? Is it's very you take your chances, because like not only with the delivery side of it, but like if you don't pre-order it, there's no guarantee that the thing's not going to go out of stock.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's what was I looking at? Oh, that was it. The Halloween H2O. And I was like, do I pre-order it? Don't I pre-order it? It was 30 quid. And I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. And it's still available now. You know, it's been out for like a month or something, but it's still available now. Whereas, you know, especially like the Exorcist big box set and stuff like that, they went out really quickly.
Yeah.
You know, so it could go either way. So it's a difficult one. I mean, the thing is that with a lot of them, you can still get the 4K. Like you'd already got me the The Exorcist on 4K from CEX, didn't you?
Yeah.
You know, so I'd literally just be buying that for the packaging. So I weren't too fussed about that. But
Well, it
you know,
wouldn't be the first time you've bought something for the packaging or for the business card or whatever.
yeah, but that's the difference is, Steve, is that set was what, like 60, 70 quid?
Mm.
That was up there. You know, I mean, to be fair, I walked into Asda last week and it was like I was looking at FIFA and something else, and oh, that was it, Spider-Man 2, and it
But
was
the
like
new FIFA's 60 quid, 70 quid.
yeah, 65, 62, and then the Spider-Man is 65. 65
Mm.
quid for a game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, I remember when it was like 75 quid a game for Nintendo 64 when they first came out, and it was everyone was in uproar because it was like, how much?
Yeah.
But then it's never
Well,
been like that.
no, it's like these games now that are online only, not online only, sorry, where
You can purchase online.
Halo Infinity, for example, they want 40 quid for the disc,
Yeah.
but then the majority of the game's online. So you're literally buying it just for the startup code, you know, so you can play the first part of the
Campaign.
campaign, and then the rest of it's online.
Really?
Yeah, it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. But then they're saying no one's buying new games. Well,
Yeah.
because they're so expensive.
I mean,
Why is FIFA 65 quid for the standard game?
because they can charge it, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. You know, they know that parents will have to go out and pay for it when the kids are going, I want the latest one.
Mm.
You know, but I couldn't believe the price of it. I was like, bloody hell. You know,
And yet you've got a full-time job.
yeah.
So, you know, the whole point of being an adult and growing up is that you could go and buy FIFA when you wanted it, and you're not relying on your mum buying you a copy for your
Yeah, but
PlayStation.
imagine if you've got a couple of kids in the house and they both have their own consoles.
Mhm.
There's 130 quid just to make sure that they both got a copy of FIFA.
So they can play FIFA together
Yeah.
online.
On their own TVs in their own bedrooms without the arguing as to who
Yeah.
gets the best controller.
Mhm.
You know. But then even then though, you're not taking into account the like Xbox Live or the PSN or whatever they want to call them now.
Well, I dropped my Xbox Live account down a level. But it turns out I can't play games online. So I can access them, I can download them, I still get the free games. But then there's certain points where you can't play certain games online. So I've had to put it back to Xbox Live Ultimate now.
Really?
That's £13 a month instead of £8. Yeah.
Wow.
So the premium games you can't play online without having the Ultimate account.
How much time do you get to play them? That's the question.
No, that's what I mean. Fair, but £13 a month. What's that? 146 quid a year.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
So, yeah.
Anyway, that's that rant over.
Yeah. There you go. Sean's off. We've bored him that much now. He's gone to find some other form of entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I've got a few things. Do you know what? I need to search the room and downstairs because I'm sure about 2 weeks ago I bought the Flash, and I can't bloody see it, and it's really annoying me because the thing is that because when I pick them up, I don't bring them up straight away. I have to hide them because otherwise Leo gets hold of them and calls it his own. But I'm sure I bought it because there's been that much coming out recently. Like I picked up The Little Mermaid just for the collection. I got the Barbie movie on normal Blu-ray because that came out, and there's a couple of others, but it's been driving me mad for about 3 days now that I've got the Flash somewhere. I know I bought it, but I can't fucking find it.
I think
It's
Last
Five
Night
Nights
at Freddy's. Do you mean Five Nights at Freddy's?
What's that?
Sean, I think Last Night
Yeah,
at
it's Five
Freddy's.
Nights at Freddy's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Unless it's a different type of movie altogether.
That's true. Could be that.
It could be, yeah.
I went
I-
into. Go on.
Go on. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say I went into CEX the other week and I because I had like a big box set of the X Files. In fact, I've got 2 box sets. But this one I'd had for a while. I bought it from a charity shop for about £5. Anyway, I ended up trading it in and a few other bits and got a smaller version because I needed a smaller one for the room. So that's got them bloody cases I can't stand though, which are like that thick. But yeah, that was a pickup the other week I got, which I forgot to mention. Whoops. But yeah, it's just trying to use as much space as I can at the minute.
No, like I say, I forgot how small that room was. You know, and then when we came, because I was saying to you the other week, wasn't I? You're going to put those shelving units the same on the other side, but you're not going to gain anything by doing that, are you?
No, not at all. Here's one for you. Cost me 50p at the charity shop for 4K.
Yay, there you go.
Although, to be fair, it was 2 for £1, so I picked up that because I like the artwork on it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of Rafa Khan. Are you actually going to watch it?
I've got it in 4K anyway, but I just like the artwork on that. Well, it was 50p, so I was like, I'm not leaving that in the shop.
No. What's the trading on it?
Not much, really, to be honest. Not much at all. I did find some weird Transformers animated ones, DVDs I never shown you when you were down. These things here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not a great cartoon, to be honest. The Armada's quite good, though.
Yeah. But I found them and forgot to mention it to you. But Andrew, you haven't saying that. You did. Did you not just bring me back the same box set I gave you?
Yeah, well, I did say to you, I tried to trade it in, but they said that one of the discs was scratched and they wouldn't take it. And you said,
really?
And you said, bring it down to me, I'll trade it, and they'll clean it for me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's beyond cleaning that. That's not cleaning. That's cracked. That's cracked, that.
It still plays. I've watched it. It just...
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep hold of them anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that one.
Thanks for
Hey,
joining
buddy.
me.
Hey, I've had a fantastic parcel arrive today. Don't know who off, but it was well packaged. Cheers, matey. Chuff with that.
So, yeah, you said to bring it down to you. That's why I brought it down to you.
Completely forgot, to be honest. But you said to me it needed cleaning. It's cracked, so never mind. You were quite impressed with this the other day, weren't you? The Centurion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ace McLeod.
Yeah, these are the things that he sent with them.
Yeah, because they click on the side of them, don't they?
Yeah, well, these things have multiple different things to click onto, don't it?
Yeah, so you're missing his helmet and you're missing a couple of the rocket packs.
I've got one of the helmets on watch on the thingy, mate. But I tell you what, it's bloody expensive. But yeah, I've got one of the helmets. I'm watching one of the helmets. But like I say, they're so expensive at the minute.
You need to be careful though, because Temu are doing a load of stuff and people are buying them on Temu and then selling them as originals on eBay.
Really, are they?
Yeah. Because they're doing the same with the Transformers at the moment. You know, the G1 rip-offs.
But does that place near you, or do they have accessories, or is it just the actual figures?
Which place? Oh,
Your favourite shop? Yeah.
It depends on what he gets in. He gets all sorts in.
Ask him to keep an eye out for some of this stuff.
Yeah, will do.
There we go. That's
Because
better.
like I say, he goes to the Comic Cons and toy fairs, and
Yeah.
I've got him keeping an eye out for a Scorponok for me, a G1 Scorponok, because I've got Triptychon and Metroplex, so I'm only missing Scorponok now.
I see. You. I don't think you'd have seen it last night, but Chris was doing mystery bags of toy figures.
Yeah, I got
Of
one, didn't I?
vintage figures. Did you?
Yeah, I got the first one. And then
Oh, okay.
I got all the shit figures, and then Minion and Silver Wolf ended up with all the good ones.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you see what they got?
Mm. I ended
Ironically,
up with,
he was flogging the same as what I've got. That American football player, still missing the back bit on the back.
yeah. I picked up a Meow from Thundercats
Yeah.
and 5 figures. I don't know who they are or what they're from, and yet Silver Wolf ended up with 2 Space Precincts, an American Gladiator, and a real Ghostbuster. Bastard.
Tell you what, it looks like he's got a few though. Them bags, there's quite a few of them bags.
Yeah, well, he said didn't he? He picked up a big job lot of figures, but it's nice
Massive,
of
by the
him to
looks
share
of it.
them, isn't it? So we see.
Yeah. It's not like we'd have cherry picked them or anything.
No, that's it. But it'll be nice, like I say, to go to someone like Chris's or Gary's or someone like that that's got like a big collect. Gary, I'd love to have a route in Gary's room.
Yeah.
Find out what he's got in there.
Yeah,
Gary, if
absolutely.
you're watching, you need to come on the show as well, mate. We need to schedule it for next week, I think, and we'll get you on.
Yeah, he said he really wants to come on. So when we spoke to him the other day, but he's still calling me Oliverian or Oliverian. I don't know why.
You need to change your YouTube name. Told you.
It's his habit now. I've had it that long.
Yeah, but confuse everyone now by changing it, by calling
The thing
yourself.
is, how long have we known Chris and Belle, and she still calls me Oliverian? It's unbelievable.
That's because she's just reading out your YouTube name, isn't it? You need to you need to change your name, don't you? And
What's that? What did Santa say? Immediately after Halloween, we saw Mariah Carey. We.
yeah, for Christmas, yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Say that woman never needs to work again, does she? Just plays that one song every year.
Song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She must hate performing it though. They were like, "Yeah, perform it for someone." No, not again, surely.
No. Did you see who posted in one of the chat groups that the Highlander remake is going to use the original Highlander soundtrack?
Really? That would make things better.
Would it?
Yeah, I love that soundtrack.
No, I love the soundtrack, but the whole point of why don't
You've got to have some nostalgia in there.
Why don't you just remaster the remaster and the remaster of Highlander? Why remake it and use the same? Because you're gonna go the same story to use those that soundtrack.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go do it frame by frame, aren't you? Really remake it.
I don't know what they're planning on doing. I mean, there is a remaster 4K of it anyway, isn't there?
Yeah, but for the bit where he's got It's a Kind of Magic, where he's rescuing the girl during the Second World War, and she ends up being his secretary or whatever.
Yeah,
and he says, "Oh, it's a kind of magic," and when he gets shot and he survives.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to redo that scene for that, aren't you? And and is it going to be too close of a remake or reboot? Is it going to be too close to the original?
You mean like a Lion King live action?
Yeah,
something like that, where it's literally frame for frame.
Frame for frame, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed the first film. I'm not a fan of the other ones. I mean, the second one was all right. But having saying that, it's not a film that I am precious about, really. And I think that's probably because of the fact that, yeah, it was shit, yeah. I think that's probably because of the fact that, obviously, there was a TV series out as well. Do you know what I mean? So it was never just about the movie. There was a TV series and, God knows what else. So
Well,
to me, it would just be another part of the franchise if they did another one.
the TV series was quite interesting because there could only be
Oh, yeah, it was
one.
great.
There could only be one, and they're both related. So at some point, one of them is going to have to cut the other one's head off. You can just imagine that family feud, can't you?
Taking it a bit too far.
Yeah. Oh, I had to China, Mum. The boys are at it again. Shit, there goes his head.
Yeah. They're trying to kill each other.
Yeah,
No, literally.
Yeah. It's the
Like I say, I
quicker-
mean, it's not one that I'm precious about, I'd be more devastated if they brought it Back to the Future, which they keep doing mock-ups of what it would look like, but
I would like to see it, but I don't know if using the original soundtrack is the way to go. Because like you say, you're gonna have to do it. That I've only picked that scene because where else are you gonna get It's a Kind of Magic into a film?
yeah, but the thing is that all of these movies, all of these remakes and whatever, they've all got to have a carbon, it's almost like a carbon copy on all of them. They've always got to have some sort of throwback. Do you know what I mean? There's always got to be some sort, whether it's a character coming in, or like you say, the music or something. There's always got to be something where they're like, the fans recognise that, so they'll go with it for that. I mean, it's like the Flash movie. I mean, we sat and watched that again the other night because obviously Lou walked in about halfway through, so she hadn't really seen it. So I put it on, and we sort of sat there, and the one thing I watched it for was Batman, really. I like the Flash as a character, but I don't really like the guy who plays him in this. Is it Ezra? What was he called? I mean, I don't know. Ezra Miller, that's the one. But you know what it was like when the blooming trailers come out and Batman's in it, and you want to get nuts. Let's get nuts. That sort of thing. Hey, Baz. That was the tie-in for my generation to go. We need to watch this.
Yeah, but if you're saying, if you think about the generation that's going to go to the cinema to watch this new Highlander, yeah, you're talking 20-year-olds now, aren't you? To go and see Highlander, they're not going to be worried about songs that were from the 80s in a film now.
Yeah, but the thing is that Queen transcends time. Really, there is not one generation since they came out in 70s onwards that doesn't know the Queen songs. It's for every certain occasion. But
it's not going to be the tie for me to go and see that film. They may having Christopher Lambert in the film come back as an older character in the film, or I was going to say Sean Connery, but you can't. But
yeah, but with a film like that, ultimately, if there can be only one, guess what's happening to Lambert?
Yeah,
he's going to get his head chopped off.
Or he can play a copper. He can play a copper.
Just some randomer.
He can play a copper investigating the fight. Change the story a little bit instead of the reporter doing it. Have him.
See, Michael's got it. Michael said the same thing there. See? You can't do a Highlander without the songs, or at least one of the songs.
All right, well, put Princes of the
Universe. Like having a new Flash without Flash, the Queen song.
Put Princess of the Universe in then as the opening title song or the end credit song or something like that. But you don't need to rehash the whole soundtrack.
I don't know if it is. Is it the whole soundtrack?
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Bloody hell. I don't care. I mean, a movie. There is times where a movie and that the music makes a movie. You know, there is definitely times where that enhances the experience.
Mm.
You know, and I think Highlander's probably one of them. To be fair.
See, Top Gun's another one. When you
Yeah,
when
I mean, can you imagine that without that soundtrack?
yeah, when they're flying around, that first one you got a and he's flat, you know. That soundtrack's just amazing. But when they remake Top Gun, and they are going to remake it, I know they've just done Maverick, but they will remake Top Gun as well at some point. Would they use the full 80s soundtrack, or is that going to sound dated?
I don't know. I mean, but again, no, I don't think it would. I don't think it would. I think it's still got that energy, and that's what they'd be looking for, wouldn't it? They'd be looking for the energy that pumps into the film. Because yeah, you've got the noise of the engines and stuff like that, but ultimately that soundtrack is what gives it that next level for me.
Yeah,
you know, it gets people pumped up. Without them sort of songs in it, I mean, you can't imagine if Adele starts singing a song in the middle of that.
yeah. See,
Here he is.
Michael's put there that he doesn't care what other songs are on the soundtrack, but there's lot. But if Princess of the Universe, I think he's referring to, isn't there, he's going to be upset. Are you all right?
Hey,
mate?
cheers.
I'm good. I heard you talking about Queen, so I joined.
Yeah, he is a drama queen. You're right, Lee.
I'm a huge Queen fan.
I love Queen.
I love Queen. Amazing. Yeah, I heard about the soundtrack getting put back in the remake.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about that.
But can you imagine it without that, though?
That's the thing. You can't. If you're going to use another band, who would you use? So the songs are iconic, aren't they, to the film? So
exactly. So it would have to be you. The worst thing you could do is cover them songs. So you'd have to.
You could always get the Seal version of "Who Wants to Live Forever" and play that over the top, and everyone will walk out of the theater.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing for me though is that I use that scene as an example because that little bit of music goes well with that because it is the line he uses in the film.
Yeah,
you know, so that ties in quite well. The Princess of the Universe, you know, who that again, that's great. Who Wants to Live Forever is brilliant, but to remake a film and then use the original soundtrack, I don't know how they're going to tie without doing a carbon copy, frame for frame, minute for minute. How they're going to tie that in. And for me, it's just going to be a waste of money to remake a film identical to the one that they've done there.
Well, like you said, it's going to have to be very similar because of the songs. Otherwise, the songs won't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah,
but
I think it's a film that shouldn't be remade. If I'm honest, it should be left alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the concept of the film is still a very good. It would be a very good
story. Just make another one with different characters.
Yeah.
You know, just leave it alone. It's the same with The Crow. I mean, The Crow's getting remade, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's another film I don't think should be touched. No. If I'm honest,
no, it shouldn't. No, they shouldn't. No, I agree with you on that one.
Right, my cat is at the moment standing on a pile of steelbooks.
What? Jeez.
Film. Yeah, what's Baz saying here? Film creators padding out nostalgia instead of new stuff.
Neil.
Yeah, we've said this a few times on the channel, Baz, that there's bringing something out for nostalgia. Give me a film for one of these cartoons that we've not seen for ages, you know, and and give me something new based on that. Give me a Mask movie or something like that. But you're just bringing back stuff that okay, they've done it with Maverick. Okay, Maverick's worked, but there's been so many other variations, Ghostbusters, Coming to America 2, stuff like that haven't worked.
Yeah.
The new Bad Boys for Life, that tore me and Steve. Steve really enjoyed that film. I didn't. It's one Bad Boys film too far for me now, and the fact we're going to get a fourth one, it just doesn't make sense to me. New Crow, yeah, and it's again, it is following the exact same storyline as the Crow, as Brandon Lee's Crow.
Yeah.
It's just, I think we had this conversation before, though, didn't we? It's like a lack of creativity. It's just going back to established IPs and already loved characters constantly over and over again. Do something different, or do something different with the character.
Yeah.
Just don't copy what you've done before. Do we know who's playing McLeod? Is it going to be Henry Cavill?
Apparently, it's going to be Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Do you know what? I like Henry Cavill, so that's not the worst news I've heard.
No. I think he'd be good, Henry Cavill. He's already had a little go at it, and he with The Witcher, kind of quite similar. But
the thing with him though is that when he likes an IP, he likes an IP, doesn't he? So that's why he was happy playing Geralt. He's happy with being linked with the Warhammer stuff. He said this before. He wouldn't do Warhammer content unless he knows he's got to knock it out the park. It's got to be great. Do you know
who they cast for Kurgan?
Go on.
Dave Bautista.
I can see that.
Yeah, do you know what? I was really worried for a minute. I thought you was going to say The Rock, and that would have been.
Oh, can you imagine?
That would have been it for me. All right, no. The Rock with a wig on. All right, no. Dave Bautista, I think, will be really good.
Yeah, I can see Bautista being Kurgan.
Yeah, I can. He's a good actor, Bautista as well. He can actually act, unlike The Rock.
That's true, yeah.
And he's one eyebrow.
Hey, I tell you what, he's done all right out of it over the years, hasn't he?
Oh, I wouldn't complain.
Really?
Trust me.
Yeah.
I
haven't seen it yet.
Only Murderers in the Build. No, that's the one with Selena Gomez and people like that, isn't it?
And it's got Steve Martin in, and the what's he called? The other guy that's in Father of the Bride with him.
The little funny one.
Martin Short.
Yes, that's the one, isn't it? He was also in The Three Amigos with him, wasn't he? If I remember rightly. Yeah.
What's the film with him and there's a scene in it that I love. Martin Short and Nick Nolte. What's the film called?
Oh Jesus! Let's have a
look.
look.
Three Fugitives. Three Fugitives.
The Three Amigos.
No, that's Steve Martin, and he's going to Google it. I think it's The Three Fugitives. If you've not seen that film, it's hilarious.
Yeah, The Three Fugitives. Yeah,
yeah, that is a really funny film. Really funny. Yeah, Nick Nolte.
See, Michael's put here that he'd love to see Dave Bautista play Phoenix in Gears of War.
I think everyone wanted that.
I would love to see a Gears of War movie. I was crying out for a Halo movie. Then we got the series, and I really enjoyed the Halo series, but I enjoy playing the games. I enjoy reading the books and all the Betaverse stuff, and I enjoyed the way that they just mashed it together and come up with a semi their own version of the story. You're not following Chief's story as in the game. That would bore me. I know people said that The Last of Us followed the game quite religiously, but for me though, I would know what's coming next. if I was to watch the Halo series that followed the game, that what you would know what would be coming next, and you just lose that little bit of a grip and excitement on it, and that's why I think I enjoyed the Halo series. It was different, different but the same at the same time. And Gears, I think Gears might fall into that sort of arena. It'll be nice to see Phoenix being there, but not necessarily be the main character.
Yeah.
You know, follow some other cogs in the battle, and you know, and every now and then have him brought in to do his bit and then move off. And you know, I always laugh at stuff like Saving Private Ryan, because you know, you've travelled the whole of Europe, but you've not seen a British soldier yet. So you're sort of there inside the screen going, "Hello, I'm here," and that's what I think you should do with something like War.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Rob the other day about The Last of Us 2, because they're apparently filming the second season of that now.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of you guys have played the games at all.
Well, I completed the first one. I loved it. I've not got around to the second one, but everyone said that it's not as good.
To me, the first one's probably one of the best games ever made. I love the first game; fantastic game.
I agree.
But the second one, just it makes no sense whatsoever. You know, you're in a post-apocalyptic world, and the stuff they're worrying about, you're like, you really wouldn't be worrying about that. You know, you're worrying about where your next meal's coming from and your next, you know, glass of water, not, you know, what pronoun someone's got. I'm like,
oh, is it one of those?
Oh, it is one of them. Yeah, unfortunately.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. So yeah, the second game I didn't enjoy. The first game is classic.
So it'd be interesting to see what they do with the series then.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting.
Because for all accounts, the first season's done really well.
Yeah, but again, it's another, just like Steve was saying just then, you've got to change it from the game. Obviously, you can't follow the game beat for beat because it's pointless. But to me, they took a few too many liberties with the TV show over the game for me. So I didn't really enjoy. I watched it because I love the game, but I didn't really enjoy the show. Didn't really enjoy the show at all. But you know, maybe season 2 might be better. Maybe I'll give it a go. See what it's like.
So, have you got any new things turning up over the next week or so?
A bit worried about my Leon sets because they got dispatched and they sort of disappeared. So hopefully they'll turn up. I had this turn up today. I think you've seen it. I can put it in the group. That turned up today.
Oh, the Megan one. Yeah, that's nice.
So that turned up.
I enjoyed the movie, but I wouldn't say it was like I would need to have that.
And they turned up.
The only problem with that Megan Steelbook is that there's already about 50 videos of people unboxing it already.
I know. I know. Even one of our good friends has done an unboxing of it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
So like I say, I enjoyed the film. I don't think I'd get round to owning a copy of it. You can tell that there's a sequel on the way and a franchise based around that and other bits and bobs from other movies coming. But I don't know. When you open it, do a video and let me know what you think about the quality of what you've got inside it.
I mean, the thing is that I remember when everyone was going absolutely batshit crazy because it didn't have it, because they got a copy where it didn't have a bloody slip cover on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
thing is, now they're doing this a lot. They're releasing films. I mean, that came out originally just on Blu-ray, didn't it? I remember.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that. So they're doing it like.
Yeah. It was Blu-ray, and then everyone was going mad because they wanted one with then it was get one with a sleeve, and then like 3 months later they bring a 4K out, and then they bring a 4K steelbook out, and you're like, doing it on purpose.
Yeah, why didn't you just do that originally?
Michael saying, is Megan worth watching from a non-horror? Yes, I'm a non-horror fan.
It's not really. I don't think it's really a horror film, really, is it?
No,
it's quite tame.
It's Alita Battle Angel meets Chucky.
Meets Chucky. Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
yeah, just turn your brain off and just really and just watch it and just enjoy
You know what?
it.
That is one I put on the other day. I took the 4K downstairs and I watched Delita again. I really enjoy that movie.
Oh, I love that film.
So, and it looks really, really good in 4K.
Oh, it
as
looks
well.
incredible in 4K. There's a sequel coming in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Alita took him a while to make, didn't it? So,
But the only thing for me though is that when these directors take so long to do sequels, and then they go, "Oh, we're waiting for special effects to catch up to what I want them to be," they never are as good as the first. They never seem to live up to that one. And I think Alita would benefit for. It's like Ghost in the Shell now. Because there's rumors of Ghost in the Shell getting a sequel. It's too far gone for me to be interested in the Ghost in the Shell sequel.
Thing is, though,
Alita would have benefited having both films done at the same time and then released a year apart.
Going back to back.
Yeah.
You see, that for me, I mean, it's like Avatar, isn't it? Like the second one. How long does that took to come out? Right. But the thing is that from David Cameron. No, from James Cameron's point of view.
From David Cameron's point of view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, That's what I was saying, yeah. Like, because of the enormity of how popular the first one was, the second one was always going to get an audience. But whether that audience has sort of moved on or not after they've watched it and gone,
you've had the whole generation.
Yeah, what I'm saying is though is that you've literally, like, if they'd have done that back to back and brought it out, you know, would the opinion of the movie still be the same, or would it have been?
You lose a hook, don't you? Because when it's like Steve said, when there's such a huge gap with films, a lot of people just are like, it's like me. Do you know what? I'll be completely honest. You know, I still haven't watched Avatar 2. I've got it.
Yeah,
I've had no interest in watching it.
But the thing, this is the thing, you see. So it's the audience that's getting cheated out of it, really, because although, you know, they're going to look at it and go, right, well, we'll release this. It's going to be massive anyway. And it will be massive. It'll release, it'll take it all that money and all the rest of it. But you've lost that interest in some respects.
Yeah,
and it's
died out.
Yeah, and it's like having a lot of these sequels nowadays where, you know, the comedy's moved on, or the, you know, that sort of thing, having a sequel to something like Dumb and Dumber after about 10, 15 years or 20 years or whatever it was. And
well, you've seen it with Coming to America too.
Yeah,
exactly the same comedic formula as the first one.
Don't work, does it?
And it just didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
You know,
well, I mean, that's Baz was saying there. He's 90. The 9-year-old in him. He's still waiting for the Goonies too. But what I'm saying is that with the technology nowadays, they could do that. But would you watch it and go, that wasn't as good as the original? That wasn't the same.
I think you would. I think you would, because they're of their time, aren't they? They're of a time. But like saying Goonies, if you brought Goonies 2 out, you got to think everything's changing.
The characters look the same. It was another adventure for them.
No, but if you had the Goonies 2, would you have someone like Chunk being in a video store and then 5 new kids found a treasure map and he told them the story of what they went on and they went on their own adventure?
That would probably be the more likely story that would happen.
But that could be just any kid's adventure, apart from the fact that you've got Chunk in a video store
and put Goonies at the front of it.
Yeah. You know, that'll be
true.
it. You know, what we're talking about with the Avatar things there is that you've got a whole generation between films.
Yeah.
And how long's it going to be before we get the third one? Is it another 2 years?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So you're going to have another bigger gap there. So I'm already not bothered about watching the second one because everyone's just said it is a Lincoln film to the third film.
Yeah.
So, am I going to wait 25 years to see all three all in one go? I don't know.
I think the only film like franchise that's done it right in the last few years has been the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Because they all come out reasonably close to each other, didn't they?
Yeah,
They're all
they
within
did,
a couple of years of each other.
Yeah.
So there was still interest. I mean, the trailer for the new one come out today, and that does look very good as well. So there's still interest for it. Yeah, there's still interest. But when there's 10, 15 year gaps, it's too long.
Yeah, and this is it. And I think it's the same with some of the TV programs as well, though, now, because you're getting, especially with stuff like writer's strike and COVID and all the rest of it, you're getting TV programs that were delayed.
Stranger Things, though.
Yeah.
Stranger Things was never delayed, but Stranger Things, Cobra Kai, there's a whole year between seasons of Cobra Kai.
I mean, a year isn't too bad, but what I'm saying is that you look at something like Line of Duty as an example. You know, Line of Duty, the guy's doing multiple things between these series, so it's 2 or 3 years before you see a series of it. You know, and there's only so many times people are going to do that, especially with the end of season 6 or whatever it was we had last. You know, whether or not people will go back and go, you know what, I'll reinvest in that, because a lot of people, you're going to have to rewatch things from previous seasons to catch up to where you were.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that when you look at the original series of, like, say, the original series of Star Trek, I'm going to go TNG. Yeah. You've got 26 episodes of Star Trek in the series, and then you had something like 14, 15 weeks in between a series.
They were never off TV. It was almost like a continuously rolling thing, wasn't it?
Season 1 had finished. Season 2 came out 3, 4, 5 months later. But then as season 2 was starting, there were still episodes of season 2 being filmed.
Yeah.
And that's how they were rolling it through.
Yeah.
Baz has put the Umbrella Academy. Yeah. Again, there was 12 months in between that. Squid Games. They finished filming season 2 of Squid Games. Why haven't we got that yet?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that's got to be 2 years old now, if not 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's got to be, got to be.
You know, and are people going to jump back into that? You know, are they expecting people to go, you know what, I'll watch that? You know, are they going to wait?
The thing is, as well, you get, as you know, when you get a show like that, you then get a load of copycat shows come out.
Yeah.
And then people again lose interest.
Don't forget, Squid Games was the copycat show of a couple of other Korean.
Yeah. But that was the one that went big, wasn't it? That was the one everyone watched.
Yeah, that's the one that made it first, really.
If you remember, Steve, we were talking in our stream about Alice in Borderlands before.
I love that.
Yeah,
love that.
And then because Squid
New
Games
season of that coming.
Is there? Well, Alice in Borderlands, they had season 2 already out, and season 3 is getting done now because they dropped the King card, didn't they? Just as it went off when you thought everything was all right. But Squid Games came out, and then they re-released Alice in Borderlands, and that's when everybody jumped on the back of that. But again, you're going to lose interest in that because we've got all these Korean shows now that are coming out that are all the same thing, and you've lost. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Baz. Alice in Borderlands was a lot better than Squid Games.
But that was like The Walking Dead, wasn't it? We had like a spate of zombie shows all sort of come out one after the other, and then you just got sick of. I love The Walking Dead. I mean, it did die off, no pun intended, towards the end. But I got sick of seeing zombies in the end. I'm like, zombies in everything. They're everywhere. Yeah. Like, it's just all over the place.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Was it around about season 7, wasn't it, for Walking Dead? You've had 3 seasons of nothingness. And then you got the last season where all of a sudden it picked back up again. But it was only to promote the 2 spin-off shows.
Yeah. You had Fear the Walking Dead, didn't you? Which came out. And then you had the other one that came out, which was that one season. What was one with the kids? They'd done one season, didn't they? Which I think I saw.
I'm saying to Steve, I can't remember seeing this being anywhere on, but the CEX in Warrington had 3 seasons of it, and I'm like, where's this come from? And now, like you say, you've now got the City of Walking Dead or whatever it is, and then you've got the
Daryl Dixon. Yeah. Too much, I think.
But I tried to watch Daryl Dixon and can't get into it.
I purposely not watched it. I was going to wait and just pick up the season, but I've not heard. I've heard it's very slow, very slow to get into.
Well,
so
I'm gonna spoil the end of season 2 of Alice from Borderlands. If anyone's not seen it yet, you've had 12 months.
How dare you?
And the way that they finished that was brilliant. The way that they explained, because nobody sort of knew if you're in the real world or if you're on an island or whatever. But the way they explained what happened there was superb. And the way that they dropped season 3, that season 3 is coming as well. That was absolutely brilliant, the way they did that. And I think we missed that sort of subtleness in these shows now, because everyone wants that big impact moment. But you're not really getting any substance to anything else. You've got, again, this is where Steve and I differ. Steve loves the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I'm just like, it's got 4 episodes where you could have cut that out and still got.
Yeah, I understand. I agree with you on that point. Is that it quite easily could have been a movie. They literally put things in there that didn't need to be in there. But they've it's like most of these franchises, though. They put series where full well that you're going to waste 3 or 4 episodes just sat there going, I don't even need to know this. I don't know what they're doing. And you wait for those season finales. It is a little bit like WandaVision. I really like WandaVision, but there is snippets of that I didn't need to really bother with.
You do tend to get a lot of filler.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's like Endor, though. We've had 4 episodes of them building TIE Interceptor wings. Nobody knows they're building TIE Interceptor wings.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's going to be the TIE Interceptor. So if it's the TIE Interceptor, it's Thrawn. So where's Thrawn? So he's coming. So he's obviously coming, and then you get Ahsoka where he's like, "Oh, okay, he's escaped, and he's now on the way." But we know he's already on the way because you're building TIE Interceptors.
Yeah,
you've given away. But the Endor's the season they could have done with. They could have just got around to the point where he was on Scarif and just killed him already. For all I care.
I just want one Star Wars show where they don't go to Tatooine. That's all I want. Is it like written into it? Is it in the contract? They've got to go to Tatooine.
The people of Tatooine get a payment every time it's mentioned in the show.
It's like image rights.
Is it Tanzania? Is it Tunisia?
Tanzania.
It's Tunisia, isn't it? Where they've got the Luke Skywalker houses and stuff.
No way, that's well cool.
They've still got them. The original set from A New Hope. But,
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can go around. I think they've made them into an Airbnb. You can actually stay. Yeah, you can actually stay in Lars Skywalker's house.
Wow.
That's mental. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah. But I think that'll be a hard one to sell to Lana. Come on, let's go to Tunisia and I'm going to sleep in a desert somewhere.
Yeah. It's not the most comfortable place, is it?
Very scenic, very open air.
And there is
plenty of sand.
Yeah. No traffic, very quiet.
Really, really quiet, yeah.
No, I don't know. But there isn't any series coming that's gripping me yet. And like I say, I think when I look at Netflix's coming soon, it's all stuff that's 20 years old. There's no new content on that.
No.
Yeah, it's a real lack of, I think we had this conversation before again, it's a real lack of creativity at the moment, I think. Everywhere, not just the film industry, games, I mean, I'm currently playing. Well, me and Rob both playing it. Alan Wake 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's more like a walking simulator at the moment.
A walking simulator.
Yeah. It's a lot of walking. A lot of walking, a lot of dialogue, a lot of talking. It's like most of it is like you're watching a TV show.
Hell.
Yeah, and I'm like, this is meant to be a video game. I'm sure they're meant to be interactive.
They did that with the Avengers game, though, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was a cutscene, so
Yep.
there was no interactive bit. You just walk from one terminal to another and watch the 5-minute cutscene, and then you walk to somewhere else and again watch the 5-minute cutscene. However, I tried to remember when EVE Online was a big thing. So when he says, right, you're going to travel 24 hours to get to this new planet, you literally traveled 24 hours. Your ship was on light speed for 24 hours. So it's just like, right, I'm going to go off on that. I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope I don't get hijacked on the way. And you get there, shit, some little fuckers blew me shit all over again. You bastard. And you weren't there to do anything because everyone was just in light speed. You know?
Yeah. This. I think I timed it. I think I was 2.5 hours into the game before the character I'm playing with drew their gun. I'm like, I've literally been walking around the town talking to people for 2.5 hours. I'm like,
well, you are a bit of a social animal, I would imagine.
am I?
Just sat there talking away to them.
and it's honestly, you guys you'd have to play it. It's got some of the worst dialogue I've ever. It just honestly, it makes no sense. No spoilers. This happens in the first hour or two of the game.
I was going to say the first 2.5 hours to be exact.
No, but you like just for instance, they find a dead body in the woods. Its heart's been ripped out. It's dead. They take it to a morgue, and the body reanimates, kills 2 police officers, and disappears into thin air. And the other 2 coppers come down to the morgue, like, what happened? And they're like, oh, that body just reanimated, killed 2 of your officers, and ran off. And they're like, oh, okay then.
Go back to work.
What? Does that happen every day then? Like, what? Yeah.
Where's Mulder and Scully? Where's Mulder and Scully? This
it is. I said to Rob, it's like a really shit episode of the X-Files. Yeah. It's like no one questions anything. It's like dead bodies walking around the town. Yeah, it happens every day. I'm like, oh, please, yeah, not great.
But even games, there isn't. I like me Halo, and I like me strategy games. Where you build like a base and you've got to keep.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I like. There isn't any of those games out there now because no one's got any appetite for them. No one's making them.
No.
But yet we'll get 5 Spider-Man games, an Iron Man game, and something else next year.
Call of Duty every year. Remember?
Yeah. Well, they're rehashing titles now, aren't they? Modern Warfare 3 coming out now with the same maps that we played on 20 years ago.
I mean, for nostalgia purposes, which is what I've been going on about.
Yeah. 20 years ago we played on that map.
Give us 80 quid and we'll give you some maps you've played a million times before.
And you already owed on another disc.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Well, you're in trouble when you got Modern Warfare Infinity, was it? The one where they were in space?
But Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare.
Infinite Warfare. I couldn't. Yeah.
But all people are only buying it because you got the digital copy of Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
You got COD 4. Yeah. Come with it. Yeah. It's the only reason I bought. It's the only reason I bought it. It's the only reason I bought it.
Yeah. Same. I played COD 4 on it. That were it.
Yeah.
So I used to argue with my friends because I used to say if I wanted to play a space game, I'd play Halo.
Yeah.
To me, Call of Duty and Halo are 2 completely different, types of games. Shooters, but they're different types of games. Set in different types of genres. But when they started bringing in running up walls and flying, and I was like, please.
I think they learned the lesson because they didn't carry that on, did they?
I kind of did with Black Ops 3. Was it Black Ops 3? It was futuristic. It's kind of futuristic, wasn't it? You had like special abilities and stuff. But I think they've learned their lesson. People don't want to be, jetpacking everywhere.
But what they were saying is that there wasn't really much they could do with modern day warfare now, because they've told all the stories, haven't they? They've told all the different wars and stuff like that. And
I guess.
But just give me another set of soldiers, you know?
Yeah, different group.
Different group. You know, they don't
maybe they could do prehistoric warfare.
Yeah, it doesn't all have to follow Ghost and everyone like that again. Just give us a different set of soldiers.
Again, it's tapping into a fan base, isn't it? That's why they're doing it, because I know there's a fan base out there for it. That's why they do it, mate.
Give us the same conflict, but different groups of soldiers in different parts of the world, like, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's enough, you know, countries and missions and stuff they could pick from. You could do.
I think the problem with that is, do you remember the fallout that they got for the Russian airport?
Oh, no Russian mission. Yeah.
Yeah, the airport scene.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It happened the week or so that the game released. You know, something happened in real life. Yeah. I think they'll be worried about that now, going too particular with a storyline, because it's probably happened somewhere around the world, hasn't it? And that's where they've got the idea from.
Yeah. But the thing is, you could say that with most things, couldn't you? You could. I'm sure you could go on Google and find that most things in games have happened, apart from dead bodies walking around towns. But you know,
have you not seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah, that's right.
When I see dead bodies walking around, I'll just stick my head out the window here on a Friday night.
You're going back onto zombies again now, are you?
Yes, yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it's go on, mate.
Like I said, I'm just at a loss with all this new stuff. It's I was saying to Steve before, it's all stuff that we've seen time and time again. You know, there's nothing new.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Me and Rob were talking about it the other day. Like, there's a real lack of, as you know, all the Marvel stuff's all been moved back, hasn't it? Again, they've put that's all been moved and put back because no one's got any interest in it.
I think the thing is, at the minute, genuinely, especially for what you buy, Lee, like, if it wasn't for reissued or remastered 4Ks, you won't really be picking much up, would you?
Oh no, I wouldn't. You're right. Yeah, you're right there.
If it wasn't for like special editions of movies that we've had years ago.
Yeah, no, you're right. Spot on. I wouldn't really be buying anything.
No,
because there's not really anything coming out now that I think, I can't wait for that to come out. I really want to get that on 4K. I want to get it. I'm not really bothered. Like I said with Avatar 2.
Yeah,
I bought it eventually, and it's been sitting on my shelf. I've not even watched it.
Yeah,
I've got no real interest in watching it, to be honest. But
so, do you ever look at stuff and go? And I know what you're going to say. You get it because you've been told it's limited release and stuff. Do you ever see stuff and go, I'm not actually going to be bothered to get that. I'll just wait for someone to sell it later on down the line.
I used to do that quite a lot. But then I got into the stage of going on eBay, and then when something was, I don't know, 30 quid, 40 quid, and you end up paying 80 quid for it or 90 quid, you think, oh shit, I should have just.
But you're now the person selling it for 80 quid, though.
No,
everyone knows I'm a scalper. So that's why I got into sort of a habit of pre-ordering.
Yeah.
If it's something I'm like, I pre-order it, and like, you know, but I am getting more. I am now. I've noticed again. I was talking to Rob about it the other day. I'm starting to get more picky on what I pre-order now.
Yeah, I can see it's really slowing down. I can tell that.
It's slowed down. I've only got 6 this week because of
the same film.
Of the same no. Now I know where my reputation comes from. It's you two. But, yeah, but
I can message you and say, "Look, mate, can I have one of your 12 spare copies, please?"
Yeah,
it's not 12. See, look, this. What's the grief I get after this stream? What? 2 copies. But Rob will tell you, if it's a film I know will not sell out. I mean, there's certain films you know are not going to sell out. You know they're going to have them for years. I'll get the one copy. If it's a film I think will sell out, I'll always get two.
Yeah,
and it isn't for the reason people think either.
I was saying this before you came on. Halloween H2O, that steelbook. I was like, don't, you know. And I didn't pull the trigger initially because I was like, look, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know if I don't know if I'll ever be able to get all of the films in steelbook. It's still available.
There you go.
At $29.99.
There you go. And that will drop. It will drop.
Well, this is the other thing I was thinking because I know Dirty Dancing's one of Steve's favourites.
He loves it.
That was another one. You know, that was up at 30 quid, and I got it off Amazon during those 2 Amazon days the other week for like 17 quid.
Mm. See, it's like Halloween Ends. I mean, that was on. I got an email from Xavi a couple of days ago. They was having another one of their clearance sales, and it was like 15 quid.
Mm-hmm.
I paid 30 quid for that. I'm like, oh.
See, but in the flip side of it, there's ones I've looked at what you've put on the chat, and I've gone, I'm not sure about that. Give me 24 hours to think about it. And by the time I've gone back, it's completely gone.
Yeah, it's what I mean.
You can't read it, honestly. I'm telling you.
No, this is why I got into. It's not a great habit, but that's why I got into the habit of getting 2 copies of things I think will sell out. Because many times in the past, I've got 1 copy, and you guys know this. I spoke to you about it. And it'll come with a great big dent in the front, and you're like, oh, right, great.
Has Leon sold out?
Oh yeah.
Who was to say that was going to sell out?
I think because of it's only a limit. I think it was 2,000 sets again.
Right.
And I think because of it's Everything Blue, who they're very popular. Their sets are very popular. People want them. So, you know, I think with them, you're pretty 99% sure they're going to sell out them ones. So yeah, don't talk about that because my postman's lost mine at the moment.
I think with Leon though, everyone was crying out for a DVD release of Leon when it first came out. Everyone was crying out for a Blu-ray release of Leon when Blu-ray came out. So having a steelbook version of it as well is highly sought after, and I can sort of understand that, you know, for that particular box. But then there was one that was on there that they were sharing the other day on the group, and we've just literally had a remastered Blu-ray release, and now we've got a steelbook. It's like give us the steelbook remastered release instead of giving us a Blu-ray one and then a couple of weeks give us steelbook, which hasn't got the remastered release on. It's only got the standard print one.
Yeah.
So you still got to buy the DVD, the Blu-ray for the remastered version of it.
Yeah, but they tend to be doing this a lot now. I mean, I picked up a film I love, Mystic River, the Clint Eastwood film. I love that film. That come out on steelbook like a month or 2 ago, and I thought, it'd be 4K. No, it was Blu-ray, and now I'm hearing it's getting released on 4K next year, and I'm like, you are doing it on purpose. You've got to be doing it on purpose. You've got to be.
At this point, I'd say so.
Yeah, they know what, you know. They obviously know in advance what they're releasing, but again, you're in that situation. Do you buy it or do you leave it?
Yeah,
and then you can't get it. So, yeah, I think they know what we're like.
Yeah.
Did I keep my elephant tooth?
Pardon?
I don't know. Shabba's confused me with that statement. What elephant tooth?
Oh, he's talking about you went to dentist.
Oh, right. Yes. No, I had the tooth extracted in the end.
But he did get a sticker for being a really brave boy.
Did you get a lollipop?
Yeah.
If I understand that with dentists, so you go there because your teeth are bad. They take off your teeth out and then give you a sugary sweet on the way out. Like,
yeah. Make sure you brush your teeth.
Yeah, there's some sugar.
Cheers. Yeah. It's meant to make you feel better, isn't it? A bit of sugar.
Yeah.
Usually you don't
it don't make me and Steve feel better, does it, Steve?
No, it doesn't really. Fucking hell.
I don't know. I was in there, and they give you the local anaesthetic, and they say, right, go and sit in the reception. So you go and sit in reception. 10 minutes after they're having the anaesthetic, you can't swallow, so you're dribbling like a fucking kid in public, and you're like, right, come on.
I'd
And
love to have been there for that.
Oh, then they take you upstairs. So you go upstairs, you're sitting in the chair. Next thing you know, he's getting the bloody pliers out, and he said, "Oh, this isn't coming out early. We're going to have to cut the gum back." So they cut the gum back. Oh, look at that! You've got an overdeveloped jaw, so we're going to have to chisel some of your jaw out. And
About talking, he does.
Oh,
That's what I thought.
yeah, all the muscles here, you know.
I'm a bit worried about my doctor because every time I go around here, he keeps taking my temperature. But he has got both his hands on my shoulders, so I'm a bit worried.
So yeah, it's like, oh, we've got to drill a bit of your jaw out, and you got the tooth out, and you're right, bastard, and right, you're on painkillers now for a week while they
Best bit is when you come home and you got to sit there for 4 hours dribbling. That's the best bit.
Yeah.
You pour
And
a
it starts
drink in and it
wearing
comes
off.
straight out the other side.
No.
It's
That's the
when it
best
starts
bit.
wearing off, and you're like, "Oh, that's tingling like mad."
It's great, isn't it, for a few hours? You're like, oh, it's nothing. You keep pushing it. You're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
great. Nothing. Yeah.
You feel
it's
like
like
you're
you're
crying
crying.
outside here, though, don't it?
He said you might get a bit of blood, but you know when the anaesthetic wears out and
bit.
it starts getting the blood flowing again, and it was just like a couple of hours later, it was like I was swallowing like big chunks of, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, it was like, why have I done this to myself, you know? And it was just, yeah,
It's all good fun, mate.
yeah. It's all good fun. Did you get the Transformers figure under your pillow? Well, when I did come back from the dentist, I ended up in. We did go to Starbase, and I did go and buy a toy.
See?
Just to
Made
cheer
You
himself
made yourself
up.
feel better, didn't you?
The only thing is, I
See?
couldn't talk to James. So James was trying to talk to me and said, "I'm not being rude, but I can't talk. Just I'll be too."
He went in the toy shop with his lollipop.
Yeah,
Got a Transformer.
I want that one.
Then his sticker up in a brave boy.
Yeah. Kind of like Lou from Lou
Like,
and Andy.
oh, you went to the dentist again as a come here, Steve. Let me show you
Yeah.
these toys.
Just think, if you have a tooth out, like have one out each week, amount of Transformers you'll have in a couple of months. Have
Yeah,
hundreds of
but
them.
Lana was like,
Yeah,
you don't even have to get rid of one. Go and get yourself one. Go on.
Yeah.
It's some money. You go and get yourself a Transformer.
I don't know. So yeah, the thing is, though, is that they say to you, you know, don't overdo the paracetamol and ibuprofen, but you're on the extra strong ibuprofen, which is like double the normal dose of normal stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like having 4 ibuprofen.
I bet
Well,
your team's meetings have been really interesting this week because you're off your tits.
Yeah, Steve's making more sense than normal. What's going on?
Yeah. But I went to trampolining last night and I forgot to take the paracetamol and ibuprofen with me. And I said to one of the other coaches there, I said to one of the coaches, "Have you got any paracetamol?" And he went, "No, I haven't, but I've got this Zapane though for his shoulder. He's dislocated the shoulder, so he's on Zapane."
Do you mean the
for his
medication he definitely needed?
Yeah.
And you
So-
had some.
So he gave me a sachet of this Zapane stuff, and I was like, right, they did, you know, with all the pills. So I only had one pill because I was driving, and then I got home and took 2, and that was it. The fucking thing just knocked me out, and I'm like, how are you functioning on Zapane all day long for a rotator cuff? I have no idea. You know,
I remember
You should've
years
saved
ago,
it
I had
during the day. That'd have been
I had-
fun.
I had can't even talk. Kiel surgery on my shoulder. I had a
Yeah.
frozen shoulder. I couldn't lift my arm. It was really bad. And it's only like a day surgery thing. And come out, and I had to have my arm like strapped across here for like 2 weeks. And he said to me, "You'll be all right, but obviously later, you know, the pain will come in. We give you these tablets." And he said, they look like Smarties. And he was like, "Only take them if you're in like a lot of pain." He said, "Don't just take them. Only if you're in a lot of pain." Anyway, the second day I was like, I've got to take one. And I think I took one about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's it. I think I woke up about 9:30. I don't remember nothing.
Mm.
I was married then. My wife was like, I thought you was dead. Said you was just like this on the sofa. I'm sure she was putting them in my dinner every day after that. But yeah, I'd love to know what they were. They were great. Just you were gone. Like 5 minutes after taking them, you were just, that was it, gone.
When I did my knee, I was on, was it dihydrocodeine or something?
Oh, I know what they are. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that's it. You're off your tits with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shabby saying that it's codeine. You're right, but you know what? You know, I don't usually take painkillers and stuff like that. Usually, I just soldier through it and just get on with it. But when you're not used to taking stuff, and then obviously it's like me taking coke at the moment. Do you know, it's just your hard drugs for me. This.
I'll tell you, my dad won't watch this stream. He quite lucky. My poor dad, years ago, he was in hospital. Don't laugh. He had Legionnaire's disease. Don't hear of that very often, do you?
No.
No, we don't know.
And when he was diagnosed with it, I've embarrassed my mum now as well. When he was diagnosed with it, the doctor said, your results are back, you've got Legionnaire's disease. My mum said, but we've not been abroad. That's my mum for you. Anyway, he was in hospital, my dad. He was really ill for a while, and they put him on morphine. And I got a phone call off my mum about 3 o'clock in the morning. She went, "Oh, your father's home?" I was like, "What do you mean he's home?" She went, "From the hospital." I said, "They've let him home at this time." She went, "No, he walked home. He walked home from the hospital at 3 o'clock in the morning in his slippers and one of them hospital gowns. The other ones are open. Off his tits on morphine. Yeah, didn't have a clue where he was. Just left the hospital and walked home. Pulled the drip out, just walked home. Yeah. So yeah,
Got a free gown out of that.
you got free. I love them gowns they give you. They're great fun. Sure, they're done on purpose.
Yeah, I bet they are.
But yeah, morphine's great fun. You should try that. That's good stuff.
I had morphine when I dislocated my shoulder, but I think it was more the fact that when I dislocated my shoulder, my coach at the time popped it back in, and then I ended up having to go to hospital, so they had to dislocate it again to reset it properly, and I was like, oh fuck.
I've only had it once.
Did it wrong?
And, I had it once, and I told them never to give it to me again. That's when I shattered my hand years ago. I was like young, I broke my right hand.
I come down wrong, Steve, on my shoulder, and you know you can feel it go pop. And next thing you know, your shoulder's down here, the other one's up here, and this arm's just loose down here.
Yeah.
And then when she popped it back in, you can feel it, and you know when something's not quite right, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital here. Something's not quite right with it. Why? Because you can't lift my arm further than that." Just like, that hurts. And I know it's going to hurt, but then when they popped it back out to pop it back in again, that hurt.
Yeah, when they set it, that's that's good fun. That is.
That hurt.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Remember the doctor coming around? He was like, "You've asked for no more morphine. Is it not helping with the pain?" I said, "Oh, it's fantastic for the pain." I said, "I just didn't enjoy seeing all them nurses with no heads walking around the hospital all night." He was like, "What?" I said, "The fuck, honestly." I was having some of the most horrific nightmares there. I was like, "Don't give that to me again, please." Honestly. All right, fair enough.
It's like that scene from Lethal Weapon, isn't it? Where he's this and he just bashes his shoulder against the locker.
He puts his shoulder back in, yeah.
Yeah, no way that puts your shoulder back in. Any way that you think about it, that ain't happening that way.
You should try it, Steve. So what happens?
Only in the movies, is that what you're saying?
That's only in the movies does that happen.
When the stream ends, take a run at the door and see how it goes.
Yeah.
His missus would be like, "You trying to put your shoulder back in again?"
The whole house is shaking.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with something like that, is it not then once you've done it once, it can happen again?
Quite regularly, yeah.
Yeah, it pops out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Love that.
So I've done this shoulder once, and I've done this one twice, and this one I've got no range of motion in this one. It stops here, and so I have to do exercises to loosen that up.
Is that the side where you keep your wallet? I bet it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the side of keep
Yeah.
my wallet. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
does,
just like-
my arm doesn't go down.
Don't reach, does it? Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah.
So yeah, so I've got full range of motion in this one, but this one I haven't. It stops at a particular angle, and then I've got to
Yeah.
sort of flick it to get it past. But yeah, and then my knee pops every now and then. When I walk,
It's your age, mate. It's old, yeah.
yeah,
It's literally falling apart.
it's
Your age.
it's when people say sports are good for you and exercise is good. It's not. It damages your body.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know, you don't
Unless you're doing like swimming, like some sort of low impact type of, you got no chance.
No,
You got no chance.
and trampolining is quite high impact.
But yeah, trampolining is,
So-
yeah.
Who knew?
So it's quite high impact. So, you know, the shocks to the joints and stuff like that as well. And
Yeah.
it's
I've just got a vision now of you in Lycra for some reason
Honestly,
on a trampoline.
he defies gravity. I'm telling you.
Did you not see the video I posted on the channel of me on the trampoline?
Oh no, I'll have to have a look. I didn't know there was one up. I'll have to have a look.
He
I've looked on
defies
the
gravity.
shorts. I've looked at the shorts. There's a few videos of me on the trampoline on the shorts there.
I'll tell you a quick story. My cousin works for the Royal Opera House, and
Yeah.
they have like kids come there, schools come there to watch shows and things like that every now and then. He said, you hear some classic things from the kids. He said, and they were doing an exhibition for the kids, and there's a boy and a girl sitting there at the front watching from the school. You know, and the male dancers obviously got the rather large bulges because they wear the box and all that. So this kid's pointing non-stop, like just pointing. And the teacher keeps putting the kid's hand down, and she's gone, "Miss, what's that? What is it? What is it?" So she's ignoring her, and the other little boy's gone, "I know what it is." And she's gone, "Well, tell her what it is then." She said, "That's when he lifts the dancer up. That's for her to put her feet on." She was, "That right, miss?" She went, "Yes, correct. It's like a little step from whatever."
A little step.
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's going to
So when
paralyze
that-
someone
when-
later down the line.
When that boy's growing up and he's in high school, come on, love, I've got a perfect step for you right here.
Yep.
Yeah, gets expelled from school.
And that could go horribly wrong at home, couldn't it? That, yeah.
I don't know.
Daddy, I need to get something from the cupboard. Can I use your step ladder? Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. Yeah, so go and have a look at the shorts. There's a few clips of me on the trampoline on the.
I should go and have a look.
I reckon he's
Yeah.
got a body double myself. I reckon it's a stunt double.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think
The next
if it
time-
was
the
in
next time-
HD. In fact, tell you what, I put just to change the subject back to what we actually talk about. I put on the original Fast and Furious last night because it was on like Sky Movies HD. I was like, oh, sorry, I'll put it on. Not last night before. Actually. And because it's so high definition, like you could tell a mile off when they're doing the stunts between the car
Yep.
and the lorry that it's not him.
Yeah.
So it was so obvious. Like I've seen this thing in the cinemas like years ago.
Well, it's like if you go back and watch,
Honestly.
when you go back and watch Face Off.
Oh yeah,
When they're on the speedboat, when the speedboat crashes and he's flying through the air, they haven't even made an attempt to make it look like
No.
John Travolta and Nicolas Cage, have they? Really, when,
No.
they do that.
I think a lot of releases back then, I bet they thought, right, no one's ever going to see
Yeah,
this
no
again.
one's
They're
ever
going
gonna
to get it on VHS. They won't be able to pause it properly. That don't matter. Just
Yeah.
yeah, it don't matter.
It's like the remastered versions of Next Generation, where you see the black pieces of paper on the monitors at the back to stop the
Mhm.
glare from the camera and stuff like that.
Bad,
And the
isn't it?
lamps. All of a sudden, everyone's walking around with black
it
pieces
was
of A4 paper.
so bloody obvious. So honestly,
Yeah.
like, can you
Yeah,
imagine like the people that are doing these remasters going, "Hang on, mate, we've got a problem here. Have you seen this? Now
Yeah.
I've done."
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you can see Pinocchio strings.
Yeah,
There ain't no strings on me. Yeah, I can fucking see him, kid.
I can
Did
fucking, yeah.
Talking of strings, do you know what? One of the things I was most gutted about the Highlander 4K is you can still see the strings.
Really?
The bit at the end, the quickening at the end,
Yeah.
which was always made me laugh because you literally see the strings lifting him up. But they're still there on the 4K. I'm like, you could have done
Yeah,
something to
no,
just yeah.
Yeah,
draw
but then
over them or something.
they're going, they've changed it.
Yeah, they've edited it. But even when I watched it as a kid, I was like, you can literally see the wire like lifting him up. I'm like, really? Oh,
On your VHS.
yeah, on the VHS tape.
But
Yeah, 4K is good, but yeah, sometimes it can ruin a film.
yeah, it's got the opposite effect. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was sat there going, I didn't even twig until I saw it, until watching it. I was like, the guy's got a completely different hairstyle, like completely different. I'm like, wow, that's you can
Like I
tell.
said, they know back then you're going to see it once and that's it. You're not going to see it again. So
It's all, no one will ever pick up on it.
now you're watching it on your 85 QLED flat screen telly. You're like, hang on a minute, that ain't him.
Oh, brilliant! I mean, I must do some research on that and see like which films are the most obvious. But
You'll find a few, I think, mate.
I bet they would be, wouldn't they?
The famous one's is Ben-Hur, isn't it, with the racing car?
Is it?
The Ben-Hur. If you watch Ben-Hur, it's probably been taken out now. But the original print of Ben-Hur, when they're doing the Colosseum and the camera pulls back, there's a Ferrari going across the mountains in the background.
No.
Yep, they're in chariots and there's a sports car going across the.
I need to look up that. I need to look that up.
It's like Gladiator, though, wasn't it? With the air canister and the in the chariot, and Gandalf wearing a Casio watch in fucking Middle Earth.
It's amazing, isn't it, that they get into films. Like, surely someone must have spotted it. Like, really?
Was it Troy where it was Troy, wasn't it? Where Eric Banner and
Brad Pitt, when they're having the fight and the jumbo jet flies over the top of them.
Oh, no way.
in fucking Troy. But like you say, surely someone during post production's looking at that.
That's what I mean.
Where's that jet come from?
Yeah, why did we not see that big fucking thing?
Yeah, why did we not see that? Why did we not hear that when we were filming?
You can kind of forgive it in old films, and especially low budget films, but when you see it in like these multi-million-dollar films, you're like, no one not noticed that when you was putting the film together. Really? I still love the one in Star Wars. That's one of my favourites. The Stormtrooper banging his head. I love that.
Banging his head. Yeah,
I love that.
I get that.
That's classic.
Well,
they would have made a conscious effort though at that point, wouldn't they, just to keep that anyway?
Yeah.
It'll be like watching Castaway, wouldn't it? And the bit where he gets shipwrecked and whatever, and he's shouting for help, and you see the Coast Guard Seahawk flying over the top or something, wouldn't you? And you'd be like, how did I not see that plane?
Yeah.
Hello, I've been stuck here for 4 years.
Yeah. Don't question it. Just watch it. Don't question it.
No. Right, ladies and gents, I've just spotted the time. It's 9:25. So
past Steve's bedtime.
It is coming up to my bedtime. You are right. Some of us have got day jobs, so we've got to go to in the morning.
Don't swear.
You get up, go into your room, and sit there.
I'm back here in a couple of hours' time. Yes. So thank you for watching the stream. Lee, thank you for joining us, mate. It's always a pleasure.
Anytime, mate. Anytime.
You guys are on Sunday, I believe, are you? You doing your stream this week?
I think it's Sunday, yeah. I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure it's Sunday. Rob, last time I spoke to Rob, he was driving back to Liverpool. You're welcome, mate, anytime. Yeah, so probably Sunday. He'll probably be back by Sunday, so we should do it.
Well, he's picking his new car up at the weekend, did he say?
I know, yeah, he's already been showing me pictures of it.
I didn't, because I've been at work, I didn't see if anybody actually answered me on that one. I was like, has he got that?
I was going to type how many turtles can you get in the boot, but I thought better not.
So, yeah, thank you for joining us, mate. It's always a pleasure
to
have you on.
Cheers, mate.
If you haven't already, then please go and subscribe to Rob and Lee on the Bounty Duo. They've started doing some regular content again, talking about movies and games and general stuff like that. They actually talk about new releases and movie news, where we attempt to and never actually get around to doing it. So
Cheers,
yeah,
mate.
go and check those guys out. Keep your eyes out for some pre-recorded content from ourselves.
Yeah.
We are, like I say, we are trying to get at least one video a week out as well. But this week I just haven't had the time to do it or the patience to do it. So you won't hear me swearing over the pain in my mouth. And little Steve just can't be.
That would have been a good video. Hi, I'm Steve.
You should have done a vlog. You should have vlogged the dentist, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I should we got the dentist to have done? I'm a dentist from.
yeah. You know that.
You should have.
You know, yeah. The next time I'm in, I'll get them to do the dentist bit from Little Shop of
Do it,
Horrors.
do it.
I don't think they'll go for it, but I would like you to try.
I don't know. I think Paul might. I think he might actually go ahead and do something like that just to film
Something
it.
to do with like a reputation as a credible dentist. Something like that,
As a
Mike.
credible dentist, yeah. You've
All of a
got
sudden, I've got no patience.
Yeah. It's all right. You
Right,
can live off
mate.
the royalties of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you later.
Okay,
Bye.
guys. Bye.